Hello, it's Ricardo and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Time to get our tinfoil hats back on again and discuss the benefits and pitfalls of walking around your starship. Starship interiors in Elite Dangerous is what I want to talk about today. We're going to try and tease out the benefits of starship interiors and the pitfalls and the disadvantages of starship interiors. Some say this is the biggest faux pas Frontier developments have made in the game by not giving people access to the ability to walk around their ships. Others don't really think it'll lead much to the gameplay whatsoever. What do you think? Well, we're going to try and tease that out over the next couple of minutes in this video, and I'll look forward to your comments. Well, we all know the community asked for space legs, and along came Elite Dangerous Odyssey that did indeed mark a significant leap for the franchise, introducing the ability to explore alien worlds on foot. Up until that point, you could trundle around in your SRV or fly really close to the surface, dodging rocks, pretending you were running across a moonscape. But all this gave way when Odyssey hit the scene, and you could use your own Shanks's pony, your own slabs of meat, to trot across that landscape. This innovative step opened up new dimensions of gameplay for Elite Dangerous commanders, offering them the chance to immerse themselves in the game's universe like never before. So while the initial release brought its challenges, the core concept of this type of exploration was quite captivating. However, it did provide the death knell for VR in first person, which never actually materialised. Yes, you can do it in your ship, no problem. Yes, you can do it in your SRV, no problem at all. But not when you hit the bricks with your two right and left feet. Now, a lot of commanders did indeed think, and as there was some blog posts, should we call them that, from Frontier saying that the next logical step in this evolution would be to allow players to walk around communal areas. We had those communal areas with the stations and then also with the fleet carriers. But I think some commanders took it, the fact that this would also then mean your individual starships. Now, there's opportunities, there's also challenges to this. So let's first of all talk about the benefits of being able to walk around your starship like you can in some other sci-fi games, such as Star Citizen, a little bit of No Man's Sky. It's all about immersion. So one of the significant advantages people are saying of walking around your starship is the potential for enhanced immersion. Everyone talks about immersion. I want to be immersed in the game. I want to forget all my worries, and that's probably why we still play them. Players, commanders, could be able to explore the intricate details of their vessel, from the bridge, getting up, standing around, walking around behind the pilot's chair, going to the space toilet to take a space leak, or something else, and gaining that deeper appreciation for the design and functionality of the vessel that you're bombing around the Elite Dangerous galaxy in. However, this would mean new gameplay mechanics. This ability to not only fly your starship in between systems, be in normal space, being mugged off by pirates, introduces a variety of mechanics that could be leveraged by Frontier. Players might be able to repair damaged systems on the ships, interacting with them directly as opposed to just rebooting them. Interact with your crew members, such as they are, or even engage into ship-to-ship combat within the confines of your own vessel. I'm talking about repelling borders, pirates trying to mug you off. There's also a few storytelling opportunities around this as well. Walking around your starship could provide a rich platform for storytelling. Players might encounter hidden compartments, secret messages, the ability to do a bit of smuggling like the Millennium Falcon, or even unexpected encounters with stowaways on board your ship. This could lead to a more deeper development and a more personal and engaging narrative for the game. Plus, there's also the combat aspect of things. Let's talk about that a little bit. Imagine walking down a corridor, your footsteps echoing on the deck plates and hearing the chink, chink, chink of lasers and machine gun fire ping off your hull. You jump to the nearest turret, swing the ship around and dispatch those pirates. Not relying on crew, not relying on computers, just having to be in the right place at the right time. Sounds compelling. Now there's customization and personalization. The ability to walk around your ship is one thing, but what about having a little museum on your ship or being able to customize your quarters? That could be something. All these things you pick up, all these trinkets, all these ridiculous Hutton mugs, for example, and other rare artifacts you can pick up from stations could adorn the living quarters of your ship, not just the dashboard of your cockpit. There's also the social interaction aspect of things. We've seen a little bit of this now on the fleet carriers, people meeting up in the bars, on stations, on your carrier, sitting there to watch the old fleet carrier jump, marvelling at the starfield whizzing past. But there's that whole aspect where you could meet up again, trade, dock your ship to somebody else's without just communicating over the wireless. Use that docking bay. A docking umbilical, something like that, or just simply go around for having a chat. However, with the Galaxy as it is, you're more likely to get mugged off while you're interacting in a little chat with somebody you haven't seen for a while. For me, those are the advantages, and you can probably tell I'm not too enthralled by the fact of walking around my spaceship. However, the potential pitfalls and challenges are several. To be honest, the technical limitations. Let's talk about the renders and the maps of the ships. I mean, will they fit? Will they accommodate interior compartments? Some of the older modules, probably not. Some of the newer modules, like the Type 8 and the Python Mark II, probably yes. So, there's that to think about. I mean, was it ever Frontier's plan to let anyone walk around their ships? There's, the gameplay balance as well, really. Introducing this new aspect of gameplay. Some of the ships are small, some of the ships are large. Okay. Having a rappel borders on a Sidewinder isn't really going to work, is it? Having a rappel borders on a Corvette or a cutter, more than likely. So there's a whole aspect of that part of the gameplay, perhaps overshadowing more established gameplay loops that are currently being played. There's also the player expectations. Players do have high expectations for the level of detail and immersion that you can get in modern games, and then indeed inside Elite Dangerous ships. Whatever I think Frontier do here is never ever going to be good enough to meet the expectations of what has typically been the Shangri-La of Elite Dangerous. This is what players have been wishing for I don't know how long. Now I could be wrong, and this could be the new feature that's coming in Elite Dangerous towards the end of the year. It hasn't been announced. I particularly think it's base building. There's an awful lot of people think it is indeed ship interiors. Whatever it is, I'm sure Frontier will do their utmost best to realise player expectations inside of the game. So, implementations. Let's think about it. What would you want to see? Walk around your cockpit? Okay. Walk around the engineering bay? Okay. Walk around the cargo bay? Okay. Walk around your SRV in the cargo bay and look at your cargo. Walk up and down a corridor, up and down a ladder. That's basically the limits of what I think you could possibly do. You might even be able to get into a turret and manually use a turret, but the game is not really set out that way, is it? The interactive elements. Interact with consoles, interact with data access terminals, interact with things that might be burning or smoking or fizzing or need to be manipulated to get the ship working again. Is it going to lead much to character development or multiplayer interactions? I don't know. Personally, I think the potential benefits of walking around your starship in Elite Dangerous are there, although I don't think they particularly outweigh the fact of not having them and having other integrated gameplay in Elite Dangerous. But that's my point of view. You let me know what you think. I would really be interested in sort of like buttoning this off. A lot of people say, hey, ship interiors is what we want. That's why we went to Star Citizen. And then everyone says, I've come back from Star Citizen. and why? Anyway, there you go. I've been Ricardo. Thanks for listening. See you soon.